Good evening, traders, and welcome to the PL Capital Weekly Commodity Report. I'm your host, Paul. In this video, we're going to use wave analysis to look at natural gas, oil, copper, gold, silver, and uranium. So let's get to the charts. I'm going to start off with natural gas. This is the 4-hour chart of the futures contract. And from the the June 11 high, had a perfect 5-wave move down. A couple of bigger running flats followed by some smaller running flats. But we got our 5 waves down. This is all just the A wave. We need 3 waves down to complete the bigger, it won't show up on this chart, but like on the continuous contract, this is just going to be the A wave. They came close to this purple zone here, the 2-3 level, and then started really selling off again. I'd like to see them, like this 3 waves, I like that to be just the A wave. And they're sitting right in this green zone. Buyers should be stepping in and then go back up, give a nice ABC, and then one more down. They have to break that low on this chart, 2015. They have to break it one more time to complete this really big ending diagonal here. Now, we don't know what this pattern is because this easily could be turning into a running flat. If this is A, and if they come down and break this 2015 one more time, then that'll be the B, and then you could have like a strong up C and then still one more down. So it'd be nice if they come into this zone because I think this is a perfect sell zone, short-term sell to go break the low. Because right where price is right now, I mean, overall, I'd only want to be looking for buy setups, but knowing that it has to come and break 2015 one more time, I wouldn't want to be buying, but definitely wouldn't want to be selling right here because you might have to wait for it to come all the way up here somewhere and then start to come back down. So yeah, right where price is, I wouldn't want to be doing anything. I definitely want to be selling up in here and buying underneath 2015. So got to wait and see how this zone reacts. Inventories tomorrow, maybe that's a catalyst to give it one more push up before it rolls over. But like I said, this could turn into a running flat here. So yeah, there's still more down to come. We just don't know what this correction pattern will be. So getting close to only looking for buys, but for right now, there's still one more drop at least. All right, let's move on to oil. All right, so oil has given us so far this ABC and then an ABC down. And it's right in a zone now where buyers should be stepping in for it to go back up, because I think after this 5-wave move, we had a really nice WXY. Now, not unless this ABC is the X wave, and then this is going to come all the way down one more time and give a WXY XZ type of pattern. I don't know. That'd be kind of strange looking pattern, but could be. I think this WXY is all the correction, and then it looks like they'll be going up in the diagonal. So ABC, that was 1. It's a really good place for a 2, but now we need to see price to start to go. And a little concerning that this purple zone so far has reacted as resistance, because if they come and break this again, all of a sudden this looks like it could be turning into a diagonal possibly. So would really like to see price from where it is right now just about to start to reverse and get above this purple zone here. Because if it comes and breaks 76.36 again, then all of a sudden this looks like a big diagonal, which means that you're going to get a correction, but then still another push down. So yeah, if you're in oil, you definitely want to see it starting to reverse really soon here, because otherwise you're going to be having to wait. If it breaks that, you get a correction, but then it's still got another drop to come. So yeah, I'd like to see oil start reversing, like literally tonight into tomorrow. All right, let's move on to the metals. Start with copper. Let's go out to a 4-hour chart. This chart is still looking like a diagonal. I just don't like that they broke this 4-2-1. That would have been a really good place for this fourth wave to end. So what we have right now, go down to a 4-hour. We have this really big A, B, C, then here's an ABC, and then here's a quick another ABC. So got a triple correction. It is in a really good zone where buyers should be stepping in. Starting to get some divergence on the 4-hour. So for sure, I'd only be looking for buy setups, because I think there should be one more wave coming up to break the high for the fifth wave. So I'm going to take this off because they blew through that. Now, if they do fall below this 403 level, I'm going to have to relook at this, because this is not going to be the fourth wave. Right now, it still looks okay, but if they continue the selling, it's just been nonstop really since early July. So I'd only be looking for a buy side. You don't have it yet. There's no impulse. There's nothing to get excited about. So I'd only be looking for the buy setup, but I think I'd have a really tight stop, because this could all of a sudden be turning into a diagonal. That could have been 1, and that could be 2, and then that means that this would be 3. So that's why I'd only be looking for a buy side, because even if they're going to go down in a diagonal, there has to be a 4, and that it should be a pretty decent sized move up. And then if they do come down, then we'll have 5 waves, which again then would actually be a good place to look for a buy setup for a correction, though, short-term trade. So I still think that this is the 4. You know, it's got a good diagonal look to it so far, but this area, it really does have to hold this 403. So copper, looking for buy setups to take it all the way up for that fifth wave, but just watch 403. I think that really has to hold, or else, especially if you see 3 waves up, and then if it comes flying back down and breaks that low of 4079, then you got to really be careful, because then you got an impulse here, or a diagonal, and there's going to be a correction, but still more down. So copper looks good to take a stab at it anyway. All right, let's go on to gold. Gold. I had this wrong, so I'm going to drill it. So I still think they're going up in a diagonal. So 1, 2, and then this was like the A and then the B. And I thought that ended the third wave, and I was expecting them to come down here for 4. Well, that didn't happen. So when we drill in a little bit more, it's this last wave, this fifth wave, that I had wrong. So I thought this was a leading diagonal, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to here, really quick correction, and then up to complete the fifth wave of the third wave, the bigger third wave. But that is not what it was. It was actually leading diagonal. It was 1, 2, 3, 4, and then this is A, B, C. That's the fifth wave. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So got to move this 5 up there. This 5 moves over. That 3 moves over. Because then all that we had was this very deep correction. A, B, C. The C almost came and broke it, but it didn't. And then they went up in a diagonal. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 5. New high. That completed the third wave. One, two, three, four, 5. Yeah. So I'm gonna move that over to there. So now I expect this fourth wave to come down into this purple zone here. So pretty big correction from where it is right now. What are we looking at there price wise? So from the top, you know, somewhere in the range of like a 10 to 13, maybe even down to a 16% correction in gold. And this will be the fourth range zone. So 22, 26. Really would like it to see come down to like this 21.46 range more. And that'll be the fourth wave. And we'll go out to the daily. And then it'll go back up for this fifth of the fifth, which means when they break this 24.84 after this fourth wave, then you really want to think about getting out, because that's going to be a massive correction then. So yeah, for right now, I'd only be looking for actually sell setups, because there should be a pretty decent size correction coming in gold. And not until you get into one of these zones down here, then I'd really want to be looking for that buy setup for that fifth wave. Okay, silver. So silver did not follow gold and make a new high. So this one this one always looked like its 5 waves were in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and still same zone that I've been talking about that I'd like to see it get into. 27.98, maybe even 26.596, somewhere down in here. Could even come down to 25.20. Because so far all we have is just ABC, so I think that's the A wave. Then you had this quick ABC. I think that's the B wave. And then it looks like you got like 1, 2, 3, 4. So now they should be coming down, break this 28.55. And that'll be 5 waves, and then we'll have to see the reaction, because then that could be A, B, C, and it'd be, you know, especially if they get into this zone here, this is exactly where I'd want to be looking to buy. We'll have to see what this the reaction is after this fifth wave completes, because it could just give a little correction, and then all of a sudden it's like a WXY, but it doesn't matter. But we'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, I definitely would really want to start getting excited to buy silver when it gets down 27.98. Even though the correction might not be totally done, it'll be looking like a good place where buyers should be coming in. All right, and uranium. So uranium finally kind of showing its hand here. As I said in the last video, I think this 5 wave move is all just the A wave. And I could definitely see them correcting down into here. And now they're right at the bottom of this zone. And actually the target is actually 27.18. So they're just a few pennies away. But I think this is a perfect place to be looking for a buy setup. Because to me, this is ABC, and then ABC up, and then really strong is exactly what you would expect from a C wave, very impulsive. So A down, B up into the perfect sell zone. And now C hitting the bottom of this purple box and just a few pennies away from its target actually. And I think this is a perfect place for a buy setup to go back up and break it one more time. And then you'd have your big A, B, C move up. And then somewhere up here is where I'd expect a strong sell-off for the C wave to finish this really big running flat before it reverses back up again. So yeah, uranium looks really, really good. I mean, anywhere down in here, I think is a really great place to be looking for the buy setup, especially after a strong move like that. All right, that's what I see on the commodities. Hope it helps. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your likes and support. I'll see you guys in the next video.